What's something you think a woman won't understand? The pain of getting hit in your balls.
Never. Not in a million years.
Oh, that today's men can't do whatever they want. Today's men, they cannot do whatever they want. I used to think that, but I look at it stuff as that if today's man wanted to become today's trans woman, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your loophole.
But no. Like, I think, and if you're doing it the other way around from woman to trans man, you better keep that title trans with you to get it. It's like a get out of jail free pass.
It's just the loophole.
Yeah, because I feel like other than that, whatever, like, mansplaining. Like, if you explain something, like, the fact when they say shit like mansplaining, but I'm like, so what happens when women do the same thing?
Podcast, you can't win. Talking a good game, you can't win. Topics never lame, you can't win. Win.
Watch your average Joseph. Marvelous. It's ridiculously funny.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing today? I am him, aka Marvelous, but you may call me him. My pronouns is Lord, and God.
No, no master this time?
Nah. Emancipation Month was last month. Still too fresh to use that word. And you are?
Not your average Joseph, your humble servant.
And we are the Podical Sons. Let's start the show. Like, comment, subscribe to all the above, all streaming platforms. At Podical Sons on social media platforms and podicalsons.com. Start the show. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. About to, go raise my hands, enjoy a little later on, and enjoy festivities. I think this is the calm before the storm. Although this show is never really calm before any type of storm, sometimes it becomes the storm itself.
Facts.
But we are here, and I'm ready to pie. How about you? How you feeling?
I am him.
I noticed. I noticed.
I am him.
You are him.
Can nobody tell me nothing today? Got on my shit.
And I'm just, I'm amazed because I don't know if the cameras can see that he flipped the cuff and he just flipped out. It's a totally different pattern on the cuff.
I am him today.
As a totally different pattern on the cuff. I don't know what else to tell you. The shirt is bad.
You may call me the midget Teddy Pendergrass.
All right, let's start the show.
Rub you down with some hot oils, baby.
We're about to get some violations. We're about to violate somebody.
Turn it off! Yo, so let's start with the polls. I'm glad one of those polls and stuff we posted was about this dating shit. Hear this shit.
Right.
So first question of the week said, should dating apps ask for your credit score to find someone?
Yeah.
And the results were 60% said no. Only 60%
Only
said
60% said no.
Only 60%.
And I bet you in that 60%, a lot of them contemplated first before they said no.
Let me tell you something. So, eHarmony has just started a new, they want to start putting your credit score up there.
Okay. Now, is that the same as, because I read that Tinder has like a top tier that they're trying to do.
That might be in that package.
It might be in that package.
Because I don't know who's going to spend $500.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah, for Tinder?
For Tinder.
You better guarantee me a woman if I can't swipe anybody.
Her credit score's got to be in the 800s at least.
Something has to happen. Let me tell you that for a fact. I'm like, 500 for it. I'm like, no. But with eHarmony thing, it blew my mind because I was like, I get they're trying to match you for X, Y, and Z credentials, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
But I just looked at it as stuff as where, why though? Like, why would you want to know somebody's credit score on a dating profile?
You know what? I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
But the thing and stuff is, I spoke to some women.
Right.
And one woman and stuff, she said, like a few women, they said, yes. So I was like, what's going on with you? So she said, I don't need nobody who doesn't have nothing to lose. Make me lose.
Make her lose. Huh?
So she's like, if your credit score is like down the toilet,
right,
Just because you look cute and you look handsome in a suit, that don't mean I'm gonna be with you.
I was just about to say, it's probably also to escape all those fake playboys that are online too.
Talk about it.
Because, you know, you can dress the part. You can go to Airbnb and act like it's your spot for a moment.
For the Tinder swindler type shit?
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you don't got the credit to match what you look like, then there's going to be a disconnect, right?
So what? You upload, so that's what I'm saying, like, do you think they upload their credit, like they do Equifax through eHarmony?
They must be doing something.
In order to, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a wild one right here.
They must be doing something.
Because I'm looking at them like, because if you tell me enter it, that was enter 810 just to piss somebody off.
Just to piss somebody off. Just to piss somebody off.
Yeah. And if you know your shit's like in a, what's the lowest you can do on your credit? Can you do a 0?
I think once you hit the 400s,
no one cares who you are.
No one cares who you are.
Okay, so if you're doing like the 400, if you're doing a 400, and you just type in that you like at an 850,
who knows?
Because if you're doing it through Equifax, like, what I'll be so concerned. Like, why do you need this information from me?
Because it would have to be through some governing body for it to be legit.
But why would even Equifax partner up with eHarmony though? That's
money,
what I'm saying. Like,
money, man.
There's some fraud going. Like, I feel like some Tinder swindler hustle is going on.
It's the money, man. It's because if you think about it, right? What does Equifax have to lose, other than probably having like a little advertisement in the corner in there, you know, and every now and then pop up and say, "Hey, you ever thought about checking your credit score and this, that, and the third?" Because I noticed now, like at one point, it was just here in Canada, you could either go to Equifax or TransUnion to find out what your credit score was,
right,
and what was on your credit, right? Just those two bodies, right? Now you have Credit Karma.
That's what I want to use.
You have there's another online one as well, right? I use Credit Karma, right?
Yeah.
But if you notice now, when you log into Credit Karma, you'll get your score, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then right after you get the score, you get 1,000,001 advertisements of what you now qualify for.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. Because I looked at it like the other day and I was like, yeah, I don't need no other credit card.
Yeah, and it's at the point now where Credit Karma, they send me emails about what I qualify for.
Yeah,
right? So now it's like, so now you know, okay, it's for them, it's past the whole credit check type of deal, and it's now a whole marketing hustle thing. So that's what it's going to be for eHarmony. That's eventually what it's going to be for eHarmony.
It's bullshit. Some bullshit. I'm not for it.
Just look for love. Just look for love. Yeah, just look for love.
Well, okay, I would say this. When people are courting or dating, they do ask the wrong questions.
Yeah.
They do ask the wrong questions. Credit score, I'm not sure if that will come up on. I think I would probably ask a person's credit score if we're about to like make plans to move in with each other.
Yeah. And I think there's ways of getting to, and not getting to actually know somebody's like credit, but knowing if they're like good money wise by asking certain questions. So you don't have to.
Give me an example.
Like, for instance, what do you do for a living? How long have you been doing that for a living?
I've been stripping for the past 5 years of my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you own your own place stripping?
I do. I have a condo.
Okay.
2 bedrooms.
So right there lets me know you constant at your work.
I'm constant.
And you can save.
I don't like this wording.
To get these things in life, right? So I know for some way, somehow, you're at least good with money at some point, right?
You know what? That is... Oh, I didn't look at it like that.
So I'm saying, if you ask certain questions, you can kind of figure out certain things, right? And not going too deep into it. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, you kind of have an idea. You're right. People don't ask the right questions.
Facts.
They don't.
So, because I know, like, especially with the eHarmony, they're more in depth with the online dating thing.
Right.
So they kind of match people more from their profile aspect, or that's the slogan that they pitch.
Right.
Right. So I'm assuming they're gonna go by Q&A on you, like to figure out who you are first, to get a basis of what you like and all that type of stuff. And I would hope that on their end, they ask proper questions to you,
right,
as well as the other user and stuff to see if you guys are the proper match for each other.
Right.
But yeah, I just don't feel comfortable with credit score on the dating thing. Because I even feel like, all right, everything now for me, I feel like it's contextual, like on the context of some things.
Yeah.
And it could be subjective.
Yeah.
Right? So you can meet somebody and stuff that I guess, let's say, they popping. Not just saying like aesthetically and stuff, whatever, right? But they got like some other like great qualities you would want in a partner or significant other and everything like that, whatever, right? Then you hear like they got the 400. How long does it take to get out of the 400? I don't know these things. So
we
I'm
don't know.
I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there.
It sounds like a climb, though. It sounds like a climb.
Yeah, it sounds like a climb. But like, if they're in the 400s and everything like that, and they tell you like, you know, whoever they like, say the former person they were with, I don't know, ran up their credit and frauded them, or all this type of stuff.
Which happens.
That happens.
It happens.
That's what I'm saying. That happens now, whatever. And you're like, oh, your shit dropped like that, and now you're on the climb to, you know, try to get back, whatever. Then like, I'm not gonna shit on you and stuff. Not like, I'm not gonna date you,
right?
But then you just see the 400 there, whatever. You're like, hey yo, like
the deterrent.
Yeah, that's it's perfect word. Perfect word. It's the deterrent. It's the deterrent, man. That's some shit. Yeah, but that was the first poll.
60%.
60%.
Okay.
So the next poll, the oldie but goodie, and who comes first? And spouse came in at 80%. Parents was at 20%.
Spouse came in. Okay.
I like that. I feel like way back when this question was posted, I saw a lot of parents. I think parents outbeat spouse.
There was a lot.
The
of
demographic
parents.
has changed. Like the listeners and stuff have changed. Yeah. We appreciate the ones that participated in the polls.
Yes,
but I look at it, I was like, I was looking at stuff like, these motherfuckers said parents, and these are the same ones that be on that Christian shit talking about like, I love me some church, I love me some God, but obeying the law, the Lord.
Y'all are really out here on some fast and first, family first.
Yeah. I was like, how, Sway, how, like it. Here's my thing, the illest thing and stuff, whatever, and I thank my mom and stuff, whatever, for it, right? I remember one time, I had a girlfriend at the time. She was staying with me.
Okay.
And I think my mom like basically kind of needed something.
Right.
Right? So she was telling me, she's like, oh shit, I have to do da-da-da, whatever. So I'm like, and I was talking to her on the phone, but it was like, it came up meanwhile. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I got you, whatever. Yeah. You know, if anything, I'll send you the money and stuff for that, right? She's like, yeah, she's like, whoa. Don't you live with your woman? So I'm like, yeah. Have a conversation with your woman.
With her first.
Yeah. She's like, you need to have a conversation with your woman just to make sure, like, if you're gonna, whatever you're gonna give me is not gonna deplete from your household.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
She's right.
And yeah, she was so right. She was so right, whatever, right? And then I was looking, I'm like, yeah. But some motherfuckers was like, I don't care. It's my money. It's my mama. It's my daddy. And
I ain't gotta ask nobody nothing.
Bingo.
She mean. Later on with your spouse.
What spouse? What spouse?
We had enough to cover the bills. What happened? Oh. So what happened was.
What spouse? But would you stay with somebody that
I wouldn't
like?
Stay with
I wouldn't stay with nobody like, because I would look at stuff as like, yo, clearly you don't want a partnership.
That's crazy.
Clearly you want to come together and stuff. And like when my mom said it to me, I paused and stuff and I thought about it. I was like, yeah, I'm like, yo, my girl at the time, she made her bread. I made my bread. But she's like, yo, you just don't deplete. She's like, this person, she's like, God could take me. And I think like she was saying it a little bit after that. She said, God could take me right now. And it might just be you and that person.
I know somebody who's in a relationship like that right now.
Oh, word.
And I think the only reason why it's not affecting that person is because they got banked. You know what I mean? They're probably not even noticing certain things. But other family members of that person notices. So they tell me and they're like, oh, like, this is happening. Like, moms is living nice and moms don't even live there. Like, jeez.
Yo, God bless her.
God bless her.
I am not mad at the energy though. I couldn't do it though. Like
I couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it. Like, because I would feel like,
you know what?
Is it pride?
You know, and you know what? I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, especially because I know I have a partner that wouldn't refuse me helping my family member if we had the capacity to do it.
Fair.
Right?
Fair.
That's why I wouldn't refuse, right? If I know that I have the capacity to do it, then I'll go to her. If I know that we don't, I'm not even gonna bother her with it. I'm telling you, we don't have the capacity to do it.
True.
You're gonna have to find another way to do it on your own.
Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like maybe let me say this. I just feel like not too many partnerships and stuff, and it might not be not my business or might not be able to see it. I just feel like the partnership aspect in like relationships, I feel like is not being constructed like how it used to be.
No, it's not.
So it's just we're a situation where I see it's kind of like, well, I'm this person.
Right.
Right? Either take it or leave it, and you could be whatever kind of person. And I was like, where do we find, like, if this is, compatible and stuff, whatever. Okay, right. Yeah, you like to go out to eat. I like to go out to eat, whatever, right? I'm not saying that's like bare minimum to like shit we should be compatible on.
Yeah.
Cause like I like to cook, but I don't like to cook every day.
No.
Right? So I was gonna like, just the partnership aspect, like, yo, people, they not on it. I'm telling you. It's kind of like, yo, this is who I am. This is what I do. Either roll with me or get rolled over. And I was like,
nah.
Keep on rolling.
Yeah, it's to ignore somebody else's aspirations and dreams because you're so fully intent and focused on fulfilling yours. I don't think so. You might as well be an individual at that point. I think, you understand, because
well said.
For someone to give up, for you to look at somebody else to give up their own needs to just solely serve yours. That's got to be the most selfish thing imaginable.
That's different. It's different though, whatever, right? I really do look at it really and truly like that. It's just that it happens so much. And like I said, because you're not out there and stuff, whatever, right?
Right.
Like, me being out there, I see a lot of, yeah, like, check this. While we're here, I had a topic in my phone. I can honestly say for at least since the pandemic. So let's say 2020.
Okay.
Right? I saw something before the pandemic came up.
Right.
And I just made note of it to do my own research. So I think when the pandemic came in, I have a little section of stuff like, topics just I need to go a deep dive in to see if like, is it worth,
expanding
shit we gonna care about or some other stuff, whatever, right? The topic was, are you okay being married, living apart? So this is a newer thing where, again, to me, and let me not say, to put my bias and stuff on it until I hear your answer, but I look at stuff as where what it means is basically you and your wife are married. Okay. You have your world, she has her world.
Right.
And when you guys get married, you still live in your place and she still lives in her place. Are you for that?
Nah. Why bother get married?
People are doing it now.
But okay, but is it a marriage of convenience? I don't understand that. What's the purpose? If you're not gonna share life together, then why bother be together in that capacity? So
okay, and in my research, I stumbled upon there's a couple, the black couple too.
Okay, like is there any advantage to that? Like, am I missing something?
So I think the advantage and stuff, whatever, is I feel like it's selfish on both sides, but hear me out. So the couple now, right? They've been married for, I think, like pushing 2 years at the time. So if they're still together, who knows? It's been a minute, a hot minute. What happens now is that the guy, his kids were older. So he had kids previously.
Okay.
His kids were older. And one, like say his younger one.
Yeah.
She was probably like her last leg of college.
Okay.
right?
Right.
She's in the last leg of college and stuff like that, whatever. He's like, he wants her to still have a place to stay because where she went to school wasn't too far from the college.
Right.
It works, whatever. Yeah. And the woman had like I don't say she was about a dozen, but like she had a little brood with her, right?
Right.
More, I think it was like either 3 or 4 or something like that. She had about that, whatever. And both had been previously married.
Okay.
She didn't want to uproot her world because I think like the guy lived in let's say a condo.
Mm-hmm.
Or he lived in a condo and she lived in a house. So she got a house from divorce.
Right.
Previous divorce and stuff, whatever. And
she's there with the kids. She's there
she's there with her kids and stuff, whatever, and thing. What works now is that when they were talking, she's like, well, I don't have to worry about taking some of his ugly furniture in my house. But I was like, you see?
How about just sell his ugly furniture?
But he don't want to give up his ugly furniture. So I'm like, again, it's selfishness. I feel like, where's the compromise?
Yeah.
Right? And I start noticing stuff. I start asking a few women and stuff too. I'm like, yo, would you be okay with living with a man? Like, not me, but just like with a man in general and stuff like and dating? And I always say, I don't know. I mean, some guys got ugly furniture. I was like, and I was like, oh shit, these are the women that be okay with said thing. And it was so crazy and stuff. I was like going into the pandemic and stuff when I was single, right? And I was looking at it and stuff. I was like, is this what the fuck I got to look forward to? Like in the future?
I tell you what.
I'd be like, yo, boo, we want to marry?
Up your furniture game. Tell you that much. Sounds like you ain't getting no play with busted down furniture. That's what's happening out in these streets.
It was a different kind of hit. And I looked at it and stuff, but that's what I'm saying. It's so funny. The more and more I keep coming across, I feel like a lot of people do not want to be about partnership no more. That partnership aspect and stuff, and that dynamic has slowly faded.
Which is weird because the way things are going now, it seems like partnerships is the only way you're going to survive. I mean, if keep it a buck.
Yo, talk to things, man. I mean, fucking you and I, yo, like
y'all better change that mindset because I don't think it's a single world we're heading into.
Nah, and it's a lot of ego clashing, mad ego clashing. So I look at stuff for what is it? I think Tyler Perry had a movie title like that. I can do bad all by myself.
Right.
Okay, then do that then. I feel like if anybody has that kind of state of mind, do that then. You don't believe in partnership and stuff, and when you realize the world is such more of a scary and lonelier place than you seem.
I mean, just going back to the couple Sundays ago, just to see how much like single women were in one spot, and it's like how we were saying, some of them, were business professionals. Some of them got their heads on their shoulders. Some of them, no doubt, probably wifey material.
But they didn't want to submit.
But yes, I've only seen like maybe out of the hundreds of people I've seen that particular day. If I've seen more than 10 couples, I'd probably be lying.
Yeah. I mean. Do you still bring sand to the beach? Because some people don't bring sand to the beach.
No,
right?
But I mean, if you're married, you're worried about carrying sand. You should not be worrying about the beach, right? You should be able to take your lady out, and she should. You know what I mean? It's different if you're not married, right?
Speak on it.
If you're not married, right?
Right.
You're a single man and you're dating. Don't bring sand to the beach. Don't bring sand to the beach, right? But if you're in a committed relationship, you're not going to the beach for sand.
You should be on these places with your boo thing.
Right. You're not going to the beach for sand. You're going to the beach because you like the beach. You want to enjoy the beach with your wife.
So there was more single women than I thought. I just thought, like, they're not bringing their boo.
No, some of them went. Some of them had their booze and their booze didn't show up. We'll throw them bail. We throw those ones some bail. They went out there thinking.
Some bail?
My man ain't really my man because he didn't gun with me. Let's not get any men in trouble right now. Let's not get any men in trouble right now.
Better get you a shirt.
And become him.
And become him.
And become him.
Yeah, that's interesting, man. Yeah, but that's how it works, man. Let's get ready to rumble. First things first. How many Nazi soldiers are hiding in Canada?
Wow.
I mean, if you're gonna aim for the head, you might as well aim at the crown. Like, so, okay, where do we start? Let's say Anthony Rhoda, the speaker.
Yes.
He's the one that found said person.
Yes.
Now, in his whole conversation, like his apology and his resignation,
right?
He's just saying it was like the person was like a good friend. He thought was a good friend, a good person, and blah 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 blah.
So he didn't know his history. He didn't know his history.
I don't really blame him.
I don't blame him either. I
don't blame him because I look at stuff as where, if any case, I'm not blaming anybody.
Yeah.
But I want to give dap to like the Nazi soldier for hiding out so long.
Brother, this man was incognito into his 90s, bro.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is that so the family has spoken. So the family's in hiding, right? And the
soldier's family?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So they're in hiding, and so they made a statement through a friend, right? And the friend said they had no idea.
The family.
Yeah, the family nor the soldier had no idea that they were gonna honor him. Because if they had known, his ass wouldn't have went.
Oh, so the family knew he was a Nazi.
The family know what's going on. He said they had no idea that he was gonna be honored.
See, okay, so when I saw that, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought they were saying the stuff that the family and stuff was just telling, like, you know, like, we had no idea and stuff like this was popping off.
No, they had no idea he was gonna
that he was a soldier,
right?
Former soldier, because and so that's why I'm thinking like the family was in hiding because of the paparazzi and the news and shit.
Nah,
so they're in hiding because the wife is a former Nazi, bro.
Well, okay, so I can't remember which college it is or university it is.
Okay,
they have like I wouldn't say scholarship. But some sort of donation that they have in their name, in the family name, right?
That family.
Yeah. So they just recently scraped that from the university. So that's where all this is coming in now. So I'm saying, okay, it was in him and his wife's name, this award or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, if it's in him and his wife's name, I mean, the family must know some sort of history, what's going on. So then when the family said they had no idea that they were going to honor him, I was like, well, yeah,
they've been hunting Nazi soldiers from time, dog.
Yeah, so I'm saying, if they knew they were gonna honor him, he'd say his head's not popping up. He's not honoring himself.
But what I'm saying, even that though, whatever, right? Because I look at the stuff as like, all right, they honored him. Like the speaker spoke about him, like he's a Ukrainian,
right?
He's a Ukrainian former soldier who helped fight off the Nazis.
Right.
So when they were saying all that, be like, yo, if they knew he was a soldier, just shut the fuck up. Just say in general.
Just in
general and stuff, whatever, right? But that's what I'm saying. I was like, so the family knew he was a Nazi soldier. So that means I feel like, eventually he would have told the wife. You think so?
I'm pretty sure the memoir probably would have came out when he in passing.
Memoir.
My secret life.
Good morning, honey. Good morning. Could you pass me the orange juice? Oh, by the way, I used to be a Nazi soldier.
There's a book I want you to read after my passing.
Memoirs of a Nazi soldier. She's like, yo, you're not dead yet. Why'd you read it so soon? I'm not dead. This is interesting.
This is, and I mean, fresh off. I mean, Canada can't get no breaks. This is fresh off the heels of us blaming India for killing who India says was a terrorist.
Yeah.
Right. So now the world just has us up as some tourist haven over here.
And the gays thought that the gays and LGBTs and squads, they used to think that this was a safe haven for them. And then you had the Canada-wide, the Vancouver, Toronto, Montreal, all of them.
Right.
Calgary for the protests.
Yep.
South Park, baby. Blame Canada. Blame Canada. That is fucked. That is like it just had me thinking, like, let's say this with the Nazi soldier thing, it just had me thinking this. I was like, yo, if I was any kind of Nazi soldier, you have to just honey roast your memorabilia and throw it in the lake.
Just remove all ties, man.
But the thing and stuff is that, like, some people like to, what is it, Dexter? Like to keep the slides and stuff, whatever, from the memory.
Yeah.
So they'll keep these kind of things and stuff for them. But yo, they pulling you up in 90 years. They don't give a fuck how old you are.
But the funny thing is, it's just like he went as a guest. He didn't think he was gonna get beat up. So you imagine you're just chilling in the cut, say, you know what I mean? Just taking everything.
No, you gotta expect the unexpected.
Yeah, especially if you're in a position like that. Especially if you're in a position like that.
I look at it like this. If you've done wrong,
right?
I feel like you should kind of hide from the light.
Yeah.
Like live in the shadows. Like my thing and stuff is this. If you're a dope boy.
Right.
Why be flashy that the fact you're a dope boy? You've done wrong. You've done illegal shit.
Yeah. And
everything like that. But then some people will say, like, you can't tell me what the fuck to do. I'm him. Or whatever the fuck. All right. So now when they catch you on flick and stuff, whatever, out here, where you got a little bit of dope or a little coke residue in your nails, then they ask you pull up on your taxes and stuff like, you haven't worked like this. Your Instagram showing off mad cash.
Yeah.
What do? We see that you have alias connects with Omar Swanson and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, hide. Like, yo, it'd be like, yo, you know, the Ukrainian president is coming to Canada.
I don't know.
Like, I'm good on him.
But I don't know, but maybe do you think it might have been a case of I've been flexing and laying low for so long that at this point I don't think anything can get, because dude is in his 90s.
You're right. He's showing off.
He was showing off. Come on, man. I'm like, I'm out here.
Because what was because remember, most of the Hitler's head soldiers, troop. I remember, what was it? I always call it Otto from Metal Gear, but like his name Emmerich,
right?
Like I think it's like Heinrich Emmerich or something like that. Whatever. He was one of the ones that doing the experiments on the Jewish folk and everything like that. Whatever.
Yes.
They lynched his ass real quick, executed his ass real quick. A lot of them and stuff, whatever, couldn't even make it to see that past specific ages and stuff.
Yeah.
They were getting taken out the game that fast. All right, you didn't get taken out the game, whatever, right? The world has changed. You've now skated by and stuff, whatever. Nigga, live with your alias, dog. Like, just say, fuck that. Fuck, you want no ties with it. If they bring you up in conversation, my grandfather was in the Holocaust. You'd be like, yeah, it was a dark time in my life. I don't want to talk about it.
In your 90s, and you're facing possible extradition to a country to pay for your war crimes over 50 years ago.
Bruh. It's a wrap, man. It's a wrap.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
Okay. All right. Fun times in Canada. Please pray for us, other countries. If you hear this podcast, once again, pray for us until, I guess, the positions of powers change and maybe we can hope for the best.
Hopefully.
I want to talk about some important matters.
How important is this matter?
Why you laugh for?
Anytime you say something in that tone, in the lower of the jaw.
Well, I am him today.
You are him?
So, the lower of the jaw. I don't want to say, that even sounds kind of sus. Why am I lowering my jaw for? I'm like, Lil Kim? He's just staying.
To make sure that the tone is direct to the microphone.
Yeah, exactly. Did Taylor Swift bring more attention to the NFL?
You know, did. She low-key did. She did.
Is Taylor Swift the white Beyonce?
Yeah. Yeah.
Boss. Let me say this. Not often do I hear Canadian, let's say, besides sports channels, will talk about stuff around football, North American football.
Right.
Unless it's Super Bowl and Super Bowl halftime show and shit like that, whatever.
Right.
Unless it's something like wild, controversial, like something, spazzed out and everything like that.
Incredible play.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm looking at stuff and I'm scratching my head. I'm like, okay, Taylor Swift, all right. Mm-hmm. Taylor Swift dates.
She dates.
She dates.
She dates.
Travis Kelce, he dates.
He dates.
He dates because he had a whole show. He had a whole like Catching Kelce.
Okay.
Catching Kelce.
I didn't know about this show.
He had a dating show.
I didn't know about this show. My first wind of everything was like, how you gonna leave this black queen but Taylor Swift? So that was my first wind.
That the chick on the show who won,
right?
They were rocking.
Got it. Okay.
She was on that show and stuff, whatever, right? She fire. Put some. I think she fire.
She's bad. She's bad.
But I look at it stuff as we say this. A man with trust this man's loyalty and get a man everything. Right? If he has everything and he's still not loyal,
he's for the streets.
For the streets.
He's for the streets.
Skirt. But I look at it stuff as where she said, yeah, they were building and stuff, but it was like a few months after.
Right.
They ended. Right? And she said the same thing. She's like, she went on some news outlet saying he cheated. I think it's Inside Edition.
Okay.
He's a cheater and all that type of stuff. And that's why the relationship didn't work. And then he hooked up with her name is Kayla.
Okay.
His next black queen.
Right.
I look at this stuff as where I don't think it's a racial thing. I think it's just like a beautiful woman kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because you're a dude, you're an NFL star with money.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like you're just hunting like beauty that you could get with your power.
Yeah.
Black women just love a muscular built white dude with a beard.
That's it.
So, I mean.
That's it.
Jason Momoa's been getting far in the black community.
I mean.
Like, that's how they operate, whatever, right? So I'm looking at it and stuff, I'm like, I'm not mad at it, but I look at it stuff as where you like what you like. But the asshole part of me was just saying, like, if it ain't white, it ain't right. But I mean, there was one. The thing that was killing me about the whole NFL thing is that, like, all right, he brought Taylor Swift to sit up there in his family's little booth, whatever, right? He's football. He's playing the game. He's running the game, Doug.
Yeah.
He brought the Maya chick, the first girl from the show.
Right.
Kayla. Taylor Swift. He still ain't married. It's part of the game, Doug.
It's part of the game.
I gotta work. You want to see me work? You gotta sit in my family's box. My mom and them, they're cool peoples. They know what the flex is. Like they already know game.
They know.
You know what I'm saying? Like
they know.
Be like, yo, what's up with you? And yeah.
Flavor of the week.
Oh my gosh.
Sit down and enjoy yourself.
That's what I'm looking like. Why are they making this big ass news thing about it? Like even on Canadian news.
Yeah.
I'm looking like, fam, like, I say I don't give a fuck, but I really don't give a fuck because I would do the same thing if I was running game.
I never understood why athletes got married.
If you're an athlete, you want to get married?
I would get married if I was an athlete.
When you're retired?
Maybe when I'm retired. Settle down, yeah. But if I'm on the road constantly.
How retired? Like we're talking about
several plays removed.
Okay, so hold on. You're retired.
Right.
But you do sports casting now.
Yeah, I think I can.
You're married?
I think I can marry around that.
They'll still fly you out and stuff to these places. You're still gonna be,
but it's not as rigorous. It's not as a rigorous schedule. And at that time, it's probably really like the old cougars that are still after me at that point. It's not like, you know what I mean? Those ones who are waiting for me at the arena, you know.
Fam, we are about the age of 40.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as cougars no more for us.
You're right.
If you're going older than us, they're saber-tooth tigers. They're saber-tooth tigers. Because I look at stuff, it's like, nah, man. I still feel like I feel like it's still a cheater's game. Like, here's my thing. The reason why I say it like that, whatever.
Right.
You ever see Michael Shanahan?
Yes.
Does Michael Shanahan look like a married kind of guy material? Like, hear me out. Michael Shanahan, I think for me, he has okay personality.
Right.
But what he got, whatever, I think it's the gap or it's just like he fits well.
Yeah.
I still feel like Shannon Sharp, no. Shannon Sharp is like that uncle, like Uncle Shay shit, whatever.
Yeah.
He's too aggressive with it, whatever. I feel like Stephen A. too aggressive. There's a few people. But Stuart's got never played sports like that, whatever, right? But I want to say that if you're taking from somebody who used to play,
right.
Michael Shanahan had an okay run.
Okay.
I'm glad he won a ring.
Mm-hmm.
He won a Super Bowl ring with the Giants before he retired.
Right.
Then he went to casting. Then he ended up on Regis, like, you know, with Kelly and stuff for that, Michael and Kelly.
Yeah.
And then he's on Good Morning America.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you don't think he's just seen multiple? Let's be real. Keep it a buck, Smooth. Keep it a buck. You don't think Michael Shanahan's still getting cooch thrown at him left, right, and center?
No, I'm sure he's getting cooch thrown at him
so
left,
do you
right,
think
and
a marrying bone was in him?
No, but you know what? Okay, so think about the time that he's played, right?
That's what I said. How retired is retired.
And all that cooch has been thrown at him at that point, right?
Right.
Now he's in the retired stage. Not as much cooch is getting thrown at him, but still, there's still a fair amount of cooch.
I call bullshit.
You still think he's
bullshit?
You think he's getting as amount of cooch thrown at him as he was in high school?
I think, and you know why? I'll tell you this. I think this guy put himself in a point where it's kind of like what like Desperate Housewife or single woman wouldn't want to smash him. And I say it like this. Michael Shanahan, I salute you. This color is brought to you by him. It's like, yo, let me tell you something. Michael Shanahan and stuff for her is in this point right now where I feel this whatever. And use this shit as a fucking commercial.
Right.
Use this as a commercial. Michael Shanahan, I feel like you have you have bottomless pussy to get. And I'll tell you this, or vagina, since we're going to be commercial status.
Right.
The reason why I say it like this, look, this man was a footballer.
Mm-hmm.
They like athletic men.
It's true.
Right?
Yep.
He has a fun personality and stuff like that, whatever. So he's like, oh, he's not a dumb jock.
True.
He has personality.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
Those sports wives or something like that might have watched a Monday Night Football, probably saw him on a Sunday. They're like, oh, he doesn't look that bad. He's another decent guy in a suit up there.
Yeah.
You move this motherfucker to Regis, the Kelly Ripa, with Kelly Ripa. The moms are there looking like, who's that? He took over now? Oh, okay. And then they see the vibe, they see how it's going and stuff like that. Now they having fantasies about Shanahan. Then you take Shanahan out of that and put him on Good Morning.
Good Morning.
Some women probably wake up with their vibrators turned on to Michael Shanahan. And that's my Michael Shanahan's thesis on why he will have bottomless vagina.
You gotta let us know if it's still bottomless vagina now, or if it was like that in during the running game when you were running game.
When did he stop running game?
He may have not stopped running game.
I was looking at some. I think I watched some UFC fight. I was there dying one night, whatever. I don't know if it was an Izzy fight. I can't remember what fight I was watching, and he was there, right? And this man went there in like some, I call it the Micro Machine t-shirts. You know the ones where you diesel and like it just sucks onto every like crevice and corner. Look, my shit looks kind of stupid because I'm slim, whatever, right? But like this nigga shit was like Hulk status, right?
Yeah.
Here's the cameraman and like, oh, we got some celebrities here. Michael Shanahan, he turns around. I was like, nah, he's stealing somebody's mom tonight, Doc. He's still somebody's gonna say, Michael, can I take a photo with you? I love you on TV. No, you too. He's not retired, man. These athletes, back to Travis. I'm not mad at Travis. I still feel like Taylor Swift's body count is higher than his.
I think so.
So I look at it and I don't wait. I think I probably might get attacked by the Swifties.
They might.
They lay threats on the chick.
They just like
the same one that was on the show with him.
I'm about to say, take your time. This is like, you know what I mean? We're here and Swifties are everywhere.
Dear Swifties. Your God, Taylor Swift, is allowed to date whosoever. Just because a woman dates a guy doesn't mean she's sleeping with a guy. However, in Manderland, if you date, you smashing.
Manville.
Don't come at me. Come at previously on Taylor Swift. Pun intended. Yeah, they're coming after me. Yeah. They're gonna come after me. I try to make it politically correct and stuff like that. But
every now and then it's.
But
you gotta fight.
I'm not mad at her for dating.
No, why? How could you be mad at her for dating?
And the body count thing and stuff, whatever. I don't know, but I look at stuff as like, she's been dating a lot of celebs, right. And then, this week, Dre and Michelle was on the Shade Room. They had a little convo and stuff with her and everything, right? She said she can erase her wholeness if she doesn't hoe.
No more.
Do you agree?
I mean, you may be able to silence the critics, but once the chalk is marked on the board, you're going to do a lot to erase it off.
You're so cool. You're so cool. You're so cool. Yo, why? I'm not mad at that answer.
Because there's gonna always be someone out there to claim that you're not as perfect as you claim to be.
Well, there's always gonna be haters.
There is always gonna be haters.
There's always gonna be haters.
The best thing for her to do, is just not be a hoe. And just don't say anything about it.
Don't be a hoe or run off your mouth no more. For sure. It goes back to my statement that I always be making. A baptism can erase your body count. Yeah, shout out to I don't even know Black China's real name. They said it so many times, but I think it's Angela something, whatever. But hopefully she's doing well out in these streets.
She's laying low.
Got tattoo removed, piercings out, She's in a different place and different space in her world. So I feel like her body count might be raised in my world.
No. She still got
You're
the body.
fucked up like that. You're so fucked up. Don't be a hater.
Come on. No, Black China. You remember Black China from, man?
Rack City, bitch. But I feel like, all right, here's my thing.
Yeah.
Do we still care about body counts?
I don't care about body counts.
Okay. Yeah. I don't care about body counts. But I look at stuff as where you have some people would say she's not married material. Dre and Michelle, certain people would more than, I guess, a set amount. And I look at stuff as where I feel like there could be women with just two bodies
that are not married material.
Yeah.
That's the
even Brittany, this week was like dating week, whatever, in the world. Because Brittany Renner went on Shannon Sharp saying the same thing and stuff. But she said it before though. She was on a friend of mine told me they follow this thing called Fan Bus. Hop on
what is Fan Bus?
Hop on inside and lose your pride. But
what a slogan.
That's mine. I'll see you in court. I mean, that's my friend's slogan. We'll see you in court. Because I'm repeating what he wanted me to say. But I look at it where she stated that she's been with 35 dudes.
Yes.
Right? in the past. And she said in the fan bus aspect, she was saying they came more from one night stand type of things. Like,
Right.
I'm like, oh my gosh, I used to worship this celebrity. Now I get a chance to have sex with this celebrity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like more like one night stand kind of things and stuff, whatever, too. And I looked at him like, well, you can rack up some stuff, especially when you're in a different circle and stuff like that. She did say what Shannon was that she had sex with 3 different dudes in a day and caught a yeast infection.
Okay.
Right? And kudos and salute to her for
she
coming
keep owning
out.
the truth.
Yes, own it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I looked at it as stuff as where that doesn't make Brittany Renner to me. Her body count doesn't make me to me like unmarriable.
Nah. Not to me.
I think it was just more so the book. Her tell-all book and stuff and everything.
Right.
I know she was younger, but then now she's older and everything. I would probably have to have a conversation with her to see if it could be plausible. Because I look at it stuff as, from what I see and stuff on media, I couldn't do it. Like, if a regular woman told me she had 35 dudes, it wouldn't shock me.
It wouldn't shock me.
It wouldn't shock me because I look at stuff as like, okay, they probably start having sex maybe 15, 16.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're having sex from 15, 16 now, whatever, let's say this is bad boyfriend poker every year in their life and stuff. Sometimes they probably dated 2 guys in the year, or maybe 3 guys within a year.
Yeah.
And then they slept, that's 3 bodies and stuff, whatever, in a year, not including from what age they might be. Hopefully they get into like a relationship for, that might slow down some time.
Right.
But if that relationship don't work, like, it's plausible.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, to say she's not, because of the body count,
listen, man, there's a lot of married women out there with hidden body counts. I'm sure of it.
Do you want to write a tell-all book? Like, why did you say it with that tone?
Sure of it.
Why did you say that? You said I say some shit in a low tone.
It just seems so human nature for it not to happen. You know what I mean? It's
100.
It's like
100%.
And again, the whole stigmatism of it. She's not gonna tell you if she had.
Yeah. You still go by the rule divided by 3?
They divide by 3.
No, multiply by 3. Men is divided by 3. Women multiply by 3. How many men have you been with? 5? 15. Good for you. Oh, see, we can do math, not math. Is it up to you if you can erase your body count?
Yeah. Like I said, stay very low key and move from where your body count has accumulated from.
I'm moving to Texas.
It's just,
I'm moving to Texas.
I thought we had you go to Alaska. It's Texas.
I was, but I realized I'm not going to survive with the cold and the shrinkage.
Right.
Like, it might be a little too much and stuff, whatever.
Yeah,
but
Texas. Gotta go to Texas.
Screw that. Should you forgive yourself before people forgive you? Because I feel like you might have a situation where, let's say, the Court of Public Appeal is a hell of a thing. Right?
Yeah.
I always said people's court is way more real than real court. R. Kelly lost the P case. He won the P case in court.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to use your heroes as examples.
You gotta put them in there.
You gotta throw them in there and stuff. But I didn't say he's a saint.
Yeah, you didn't say he's a saint.
I didn't say that. I just said he make bomb-ass music.
The fall from grace was one of those.
But, the courts did not convict him.
Right.
For those ones, for that one at that time, right?
Yeah.
Then the people have already convicted him. Did interviews, press conferences. I'm not a monster. They're like, bullshit, bullshit, bullshit.
Yeah.
People never forgave. He's probably forgiven himself. Like, I look at it, a lot of people like, I know a preacher. He was a wild boy in these streets.
Right.
He took a life.
Yeah.
In his heyday.
Yeah.
Served his time, came out as preacher. Some people never forgave him because the life he's taken.
Of course, yeah. I can see that.
I've asked him, and he said he said the hardest thing was he had to learn to forgive himself.
Right.
First.
Yeah.
Because he said it's much less like when he was in jail and stuff when he was in prison.
Yeah.
Thinking about all of that, whatever. He's like, was it worth it because of the world that he grew up in? And he said at first he felt like a victim to circumstance and stuff, whatever. But he's like, he's not going to allow himself to be a victim. And he's gotten better. So that's why I ask you, should you forgive yourself before people? Because some people would change after the people look at them as hero.
And I was going to say, for me, it's probably going to take the situation. And when you brought up the situation with the pastor, I'm like, yo, kudos for him.
Mm-hmm.
Because in a situation like that, I don't know if I'd be able to forgive myself until the family forgives me.
Right.
Yeah.
I think average amount of times, it's just like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Once the people forgive you,
yeah,
that's when you can forgive yourself and stuff, whatever, right? But it was looking, I think when we were having the conversation, he said it was looking like so he applied for parole.
Right.
Once, right? And the family, they shot the shit down and stuff like that, whatever, because he said when he was in there, he realized like, yo, prison is a different kind of dance. And because he had like other charges and stuff, whatever, prior to the murder, they threw him in like state pen.
Okay.
When they threw him in state pen and stuff, whatever, you with the Hardens.
Yeah.
And he's like, yo, it was a different kind of beast. So he said he just wanted to humble himself and stuff, whatever, and see if he can just make it out there alive.
Right.
Right. And he thought about how many times and stuff, whatever, like, he did wrong them when he applied for the appeal, that he took a life.
Yeah.
He wrote letters to them. Right. He's like, even if they don't get it, he even applied for parole another time.
Yeah.
And the family, they didn't show up, but then they made a statement and stuff and said, all your letters that you send us will never replace losing such and such.
Right. So
fuck your letters.
He knows they got them. Right.
Yeah, he's like, when he had that moment and stuff, whatever, he cried and stuff, and he said to himself, he's like, he's felt like he's paid, he's repented for it.
Yeah.
Because he became a man of God and stuff within that landscape and stuff, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And all the above. And he's like, I've forgiven myself.
Yeah.
And if they can't forgive me when I've legit the best I do. And he said, even if when he came out and stuff, whatever, he said, the worst thing he did, and he explained to me, he said, the worst thing I did was I kind of stalked them and stuff, whatever, right? And then once he realized stuff, he legit sent like a bouquet. And he's like, that's it. And he said he sent the bouquet and he just lay-waited when the bouquet got delivered.
Yeah.
They took the bouquet in and stuff, and then I guess when they read the card and the info and everything like that, he said, sure enough, he drove past that another day. That shit was in trash.
Right. Yeah.
The whole bouquet.
Yeah.
So I'm like, they're not going to forgive you.
No.
Right?
And I don't know if you could expect them to forgive you.
I don't think you should.
I don't think you should. And
every action has a reaction and stuff.
In a situation like that, and like I said, kudos to him to realize it's not gonna come from them. I gotta just, in order for me to go forward, I now have to just do this on my own, forgive myself.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of people lament and get stuck in the past, right?
Yeah.
And the fact that he didn't want to get stuck and stay stuck.
Of course, yeah.
On the fact that they're never gonna get over this.
Right.
And his road to redemption might be a whole lot bitter type of things and stuff. He's baptized people and again changed life.
Of course. Right? Yeah.
He forgave himself. So that's why I was thinking like maybe I can erase my body count if I go ahead and get baptized.
Not wearing that shirt. You're about to add a few. Him.
Yo, all right. One more thing before we get to the question of the week. So, hear me out. Listen to the story. There's a little girl. I don't disrespect her. Like, I think she's 18. She's a teen, like early adult.
Okay.
Young adult. Her name is Lil Tay, rapper.
Okay, all right.
We talking.
Yeah, we talking because We had it almost buried a few months back.
Right.
Because
we were talking, you're like, oh shit, I didn't know Lil Tay was part Canadian. I'm like, oh shit, who the fuck is Lil Tay, Smooth? Right? And you're like, this girl. I was like, oh shit, she look young, R.I.P. to her.
Right.
Not knowing the fucking R.I.P. was all fake as fuck. And then she said, okay, it was her estranged father.
Mm-hmm.
Who abused mentally and physically her and her mother and her family.
Right.
On all the above.
Right.
Right? My question to you is that, let me put on my Dr. Phil hands.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Why do you think, if somebody said that you guys, if you are dead, you wait a month after you fake your death, and the same day you go live to say, I'm alive, you got a new video.
A new video. And like, when the time you had to film all of that during your death?
Backup dancers and all had to shut the fuck up for a month. There was dancers in the video. I like Moolah. Some stupid shit like that. Yo, that shit had me hot, dog. Is that what it takes to be online famous?
Social media is a different...
Is that what it takes to be online famous?
It's a different place.
No, because, okay, the show Dave with Lil Dicky.
Right.
They had a moment where, like, a bus exploded.
Yeah.
And then they faked his death, whatever, for a bit.
Right.
Right? To stay low and all type of stuff, because dead people sell more records than the live ones.
Yeah.
Right? Tupac and Biggie can testify to that. And then he just resurfaced the, I'm lying. And I was like, this is a joke. Not knowing this girl put this shit in the ocean.
I mean, but
I wouldn't buy shit from this girl. On God, I wouldn't spin. She wouldn't get a spin from Spotify.
But isn't that like public mischief though?
There has to be some law against it. But the default is like, my estranged father is the one that did it. I didn't do it. Heifer, you went live on your own.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me for a full month?
Yeah.
You couldn't go to like an online cafe somewhere? Can I borrow your phone? I'm a little asshole.
I'm alive and well. I see the reports. I'm alive and well.
Is that what yo, Smooth, is that what it takes to be online famous?
I don't think that's what it takes. I think that's what they believe it takes. I believe they feel like it's the most outlandish thing that I can do. That's what I'm gonna do, and that's what's gonna make me famous. And you find a lot of people doing outlandish shit, and it gets them nowhere. It's like,
that's awful.
I don't think I think the reaction that she expected to get from this is not the reaction that she's gonna get. I think people are gonna be like, "Fuck you!" Like, you faked your death for
me.
This? Yeah, yeah.
Because before I was like, oh, who's Lil TJ? And I think there's a guy named Lil Xan. Did he die or something like that? Whatever.
Yeah, Lil Xan died.
Yeah, so like when I hear like these little Lils and stuff, whatever, right?
Right.
Like I want to say Juice WRLD to me kind of popular because of the Lucid Dream because of Carl Thomas.
Right, yes.
Right? That whole emotional thing stuff was still stuck in my head. Then I started liking some of his stuff, his other stuff. Every now and then I'll spin some, you know me, I play music from every friggin' genre, anywhere, give it a spin. I like it. I would purposely avoid her shit because of this. One, how do I know her estranged father that she don't like might get the money instead of her getting the money?
But it's not even like you faked your death and then you come back with like a bang. You'd be like a banger. You know what I mean? It was like, this bitch, she faked the death, but yo, this is kind of hot. It's trash. It's trash.
That's something else. Yo, is money or attention the root of all evil today?
I think it's attention.
Well,
it's attention.
It has to be. It has to be.
It's attention because here's why I say that. You're quicker to get attention than you are to get money.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can work a job at Popeyes and not have $0 and 0 cents and stuff, whatever. Cut the check, Popeyes. And you could now start getting some money.
You can.
Before they even know who the hell you might be.
But before you even get up to go to your job at Popeyes, you could go to the bathroom, put your phone on the side, put a little soap on the floor, and slip in your bathtub and post that and probably have 200 people see you before you even get to see 200 people outside on your way to work.
Noted. You're not wrong. All right. Let's get to the question of the week.
Question of the week.
Question of the week. Is it hard to stay disciplined?
Yes.
You think so?
I think so.
In this point in your life where you are now?
No, not my point of life, but I think it's hard to stay disciplined. And I'm saying general. I'm not just for me. Yeah.
I'm saying for you now.
Oh, for me? No, I wouldn't say it's hard to get disciplined.
Were you? Did you have a problem before?
When I was younger, for sure. Yeah.
What was your problem and stuff to stay to a task? Let's say you okay, what do you consider yourself still disciplined to today compared to and if you were still doing that back then? Like I look at it stuff as for myself, it's not hard for me to stay disciplined because I've been taking vitamins for the longest point in my life. I want to say from my late teens, early 20s.
Right.
I've been taking vitamins.
Yeah.
So it's not far off and stuff for me to take a Centrum, which I'm taking the stuff now, like Centrum for Men, and all that type of stuff where some people, they've never been in a regimen to take vitamins before. Vitamins have always existed that they knew.
Right.
Some of them been popping Flintstone vitamins when they were younger.
When kids, yeah.
Right? But then they just fell off.
Yeah, right.
So that's what I'm saying.
I'll say prayer's been a constant.
Prayers.
For me. Yeah. Like,
and you've been disciplined to prayers.
Yeah. And that's like morning.
Nighttime or morning?
Morning and nighttime.
You prayed
when I wake up.
Yeah.
And I'll pray. If I don't pray before I fall asleep, if I wake up in the middle of the night, I'll pray. Then go back to sleep.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I gotta pee.
I gotta pee too. I gotta pee too.
Let me go piss. Like, I'm not gonna be, after I finish peeing and stuff, whatever, I'll be like, dear Lord, my bad, I fell asleep. I had all intentions of doing this before. All the intentions. I know this is about like 3:14 a.m. and this is not really the time, but I'm gonna need you. Like, that's epic, Smooth. Congrats. I appreciate you for that.
And it's funny because it's been and always before I eat.
I always say grace.
And if I miss before I'll eat, I'll
say it after.
I'll stop mid-chew.
Yeah, I do that too.
And I'll give thanks for what I've already have eaten. I'll say please excuse me, and I'll give thanks for what I've already eaten and what I'm about to eat.
If I don't know the hands that are preparing the food, I always pray over the food. I
ain't mad at that.
Yeah, because I look at stuff as like, I don't know if you clean. I don't know.
I'm not mad at that.
If you fully cook the food, so I'm taking chances.
Yeah, you are. I'm
taking chances. I never forget one day and stuff, whatever. One of my peoples and stuff, they're like, they're going to Burger King and stuff, whatever, go grab some food. Right. It was like back in the day, they had some Whopper Wednesday shit.
Yeah.
And it was like Whoppers were cheap or some shit. So I'm like, all right. So I pulled up, and then we're like two cops in a stakeout or some shit. Like, and like he's in his car, face one way, I'm in another way. And we're in the parking lot and shit, whatever, right? So he's already smashing this shit. What I think, like, I think it's probably like, I bought like 2 Whoppers. So I'm there laying out the paper in my lap and everything. Yeah. So I'm there like this. Amen. He's like, you prayed over a Whopper? I'm like, why wouldn't I? Yeah. How you know he or she washed their damn hands and stuff in there? Who made the Whopper? Right? Well, I don't give a fuck. I still ate it, whatever. I was like, yeah, good luck to your stomach. Because my God knows I'm grateful if I don't have diarrhea or anything wrong with me or I don't die.
That's it.
I'm like, now these cows have feelings. You got mad cows out here. We're not doing that.
Not doing it.
Yeah. It was never like, I'm going to say for me to stay disciplined to something, hasn't really been hard.
Okay.
Hasn't been hard. The hardest thing I probably was disciplined to was, I think, the 40 days of no sex. 40 days of no sex and stuff, whatever. Like, I was regimen. I was like, yo, I'm not doing this. Had a hell amount of energy, I tell you that for a fact.
I can imagine.
Believe that. I was jogging. Like, I think after like day 7, 8, I think I was talking to somebody and stuff like, yo, it's been like a week. I ain't had nothing, whatever. They're like, you got a lot of energy. Like, go jogging. Forrest Gump, I was running. Yo, I got anorexic in the process and everything and shit like that, whatever too. But it was funny. It was funny as hell because I was talking to somebody and stuff, and she said, nah, I don't believe you.
She didn't believe? She didn't believe.
I should press charges on her. She sexually assaulted me. She's the one that broke. She's the one that broke the levee. Because I fell asleep and stuff one time at her spot, and I woke up to her.
She reached the 40 days before she broke the levee?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Okay.
Because the 40th day I saw her. The 41st morning,
right,
is when she attacked me. She gave me head and broke it. I was like, no, but it was a lot. It was a lot. It was 40 days pent up. Whatever. I was like, how could you? And women don't like to hear the word no. No man can tell them women no.
Now you're about to run at normal speed and shit.
Yeah. I think I stopped jogging for a bit. I was changed. I was a changed man. Let's get to Ask the Sons, man.
All right, let's go.
First Ask the Sons up to bat comes from Checkmate 2000. What are some things that can destroy a person's mental health?
Ooh, I want to say death.
Death, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why? Somebody dying would destroy your mental health?
Oh, not destroy my mental health. Again,
okay, so tell me general.
I'm thinking like...
Tell me general.
No, because I think it's like, it for some people, it's such a traumatic experience to have somebody hear...
Their loved one's gone?
Yeah, one moment and gone the next. It's so
sudden
funny.
Death. Sudden death would... I guess you're right, though. Sudden death would do that.
But you know what? It's so funny, though, because I think, I think when my mom passed,
yeah,
I think it was more heartache than her sickness. I think, yeah, her sickness played a lot in it. But again, like, we did not know she was sick. And she didn't even feel like she was sick until like after he passed. And after he passed, it's like, now it's just like, now you're just constantly thinking of who's no longer here, right? And then you start to realize, hey, wait a second, okay, I don't feel so good. This, that, and the third. But you're still ignoring the fact that you're not feeling so good because you're lamenting over your partner that's no longer here.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
And that's, I think, by the time she realized, hey, there's something wrong with me, it was too late. So yeah, I think, I think someone passing, especially when you've been with them for so long, you know what I mean? It's like, my wife tells me all the time, I better go before she does because, I better not go before she does. That's what my wife tells me.
Because she can't live without you.
Yeah, and I'm like saying, well, statistically, I'm probably going to go before you. So we're going to have to try and see if we can, prepare you for what may happen. But yeah, it's like, I think death is probably one of those things that can move somebody's mental state.
I feel like...
And it maybe not be a permanent thing, but yeah.
I mean, but it still can destroy it.
Yeah.
And it's up to you to rebuild because it's always destroy and rebuild, right? For me, I would say, like, you are what you eat. And, like, I mean that and stuff, whatever, like, figuratively speaking and literally speaking and stuff, whatever, because foods do affect your mood.
Yes.
And they would, like, have a play on your mental health, right? And figuratively speaking and stuff, like, I mean, look at the shit we digest and stuff. I'm like, I feel like even death now, I feel like even the younger kids, they're like relaxed when it comes to death. Like, I don't know if they get more morbid, but we've been exposed to death more often. So that's why when you said death, I'm like, speak on it. Because I want to say, like, I feel like part of me and stuff is like kind of like hardened or jaded.
Yeah.
Like if I hear like, oh, somebody got stabbed today and died. Oh, somebody got shot. 2 people got killed in a car accident.
Yeah.
I don't flinch.
Yeah, no. It would have to be somebody who's really close to you, like somebody who's been in your life for like a certain amount of period of time where it's almost strange. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just, okay. Again, my wife the other day when I went to go visit my sister,
okay,
right? She had to physically stop herself from asking, how's my uncle doing?
Oh, right.
You know what I mean? Because she's so used to, you know what I mean? Is that mental thing just won't let him go. You know what I mean? So, and she's not even somebody who was in a relationship with him. This is just my wife who loves my uncle.
Yeah, but she was still connected.
Yeah, still connected. But could you imagine now that's somebody who's there,
right,
24/7, day in, day out, right?
And then Alakazam, the person's gone. Yeah, that's right. I see it though. No, I fully get it. Good question.
Yeah, really good question. But the food, I agree with that 100% too.
Yo, this
because if you're not watching certain things for what you eat, and it's hard for some people to do because you don't know, right? It's like you don't understand your I can never say that word. Physicality. You don't understand your physicality until you experiment with it.
Very true.
Right? And who's really out there experimenting with their body to see what works for them from what doesn't work for them?
Very true. You're absolutely right. Like I look at it and stuff as where I tried to go vegan.
You tried to go vegan?
Yeah, I tried to go vegan and stuff years ago.
Okay.
This is like...
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I started... So, punk ass Rodney.
Shout out to Rodney, man. And I had a thought to go vegan one time too.
Because of him? Or just in general?
Not because of him, but when I knew he was vegan, I kind of started picking his brains over certain things.
So yeah, him and I, we beatboxed up, and he's like, "Yo, you got to start with meatless Mondays." I was like, meatless Mondays, and so I would cook on a Sunday and shit like that, so I could have leftovers to take to work.
Right,
and it would fuck me up, whatever, because I'm looking like, but I cook meat. So then, what I started doing is I started doing like salads. So doing salads and salads and smoothies and shit like that because I had the Magic Bullet
right
at the time. So I was doing that and I had like nuts because I always buy cashews and almonds.
Right.
So rap. Come that Tuesday, I want to say like I felt like Mega Man.
Okay.
Whatever, right? And I'm looking like, yo, I ain't eat no meat.
Right.
So then I started looking at something, I was like, oh shit. And I know some people, they don't even like red meat because red meat makes them feel a type of
sluggish. Yeah. I hear that a lot of times.
So I mean, like if you're having a sluggish body and stuff, whatever, you think therefore you ain't gonna have like a sloth, like lazy type mentality. You know what I'm saying? So it goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
Varsha 889 says, what's something you think a woman won't understand? The pain of getting hit in your balls.
Never. Not in a million years.
Oh, that today's men can't do whatever they want. Today's men, they cannot do whatever they want. I used to think that. But I look at it stuff as that if today's man wanted to become today's trans woman, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your loophole.
But no. Like, I think, and if you're doing it the other way around from woman to trans man, you better keep that title trans with you to get it. It's like a get out of jail free pass.
It's the loophole.
Yeah, because I feel like other than that, whatever, like, mansplaining. Like, if you explain something, like, the fact when they say shit like mansplaining, but I'm like, so what happens when women do the same thing? It's just explaining.
It's just explaining.
So we can't explain shit no more.
No, we can't explain anything.
So I was like, case in point.
Yeah.
That was my case.
But that seed kick women, nah, just something that, enjoy being a woman.
No.
I would say just like how, y'all look at us and say we have no idea what it is to deal with like menstruation cramps and stuff like that.
Oh, and childbirth.
And childbirth like that. That seed kick is a different thing. It's a different thing. Grown men have cried, rolled up, balled into little fetuses.
I'll tell you this, not even to cut you off, but I look at it stuff as like this. If a woman knows another woman might be on her period, she's like, oh shit. You might get a head turned to the side, like, you good? That's it.
That's it.
You watch another man on TV get hit in his balls. You flinch and you hug your own.
Halfway
like you got
across
hit.
the world. He could be on Mars.
Yeah. And you see him get hit in the nuts. You feel it.
You're feeling that. You feel it.
You feel it.
You're feeling it.
All right. I liked this name when I saw it. I said, this person needs to send more questions. Quantum Feet. Quantum Feet says, what are the most beautiful things about being human? Wearing shirts like this, baby. Let's go.
No, I am him, not human.
Him. Nah, you know what the dopest thing and stuff, whatever. And I'll say this, and I tell some people the story. I think I probably told you the story and stuff before.
Yeah.
I can't remember this guy's name and stuff. He's a friend of my mother's.
Okay.
One of her birthdays and stuff, whatever, many, many years ago, he came by to drop off a bottle of wine for her birthday. He stayed for like a hot minute. He didn't even stay too long. He just took off his shoes, said happy birthday, gave her the bottle of wine and stuff, and just cracked a little joke. And whatever joke I said to him, I can't remember what I said to him, but he laughed. And he's like, ha, ha, ha. You earthlings are so funny, whatever, right? I was like, what? Where are you from?
Right.
Kleborg 7? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he's like, young blood, I don't know you. I just know you as Marva's son.
Right.
But I do know for a fact that in order to be a human being, you have to have humanity.
Right.
And I don't know if you have that.
Right.
But I know you live on planet Earth just like me. Motherfucker dropped a gem, walked out the door, never to be seen again. I haven't seen this guy since. And my mom was like, he retired and then he just did all this. I think he moved like to Mississippi or down south or some shit like that, whatever.
Right.
I was like, damn, and I was like, a lot of people and stuff just feel like they're being human when they're doing like some vile shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, with no humanity and stuff in it. So I look at it stuff as where, for me, I think experiencing every kind of emotion will still bring everybody to an equal playing ground about being human.
Yeah.
Because you can go from sad to happy to confused to, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's kind of dope. I'm not saying the other animals in Animal Kingdom don't go through this.
Yeah.
But I look at stuff as where maybe it's on a frequency that we can understand, but I can't see that shit when I'm looking at set creatures.
I'm on a similar thought with, what's dope about being human. My twist would be that we are special within this planet Earth and where we sit among the hierarchy of species.
Mm-hmm.
We're special, right?
Mm-hmm.
But compared to the Earth on whole, we're minuscule. And I think that's so dope to me that we're dominant in one sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's so much more to discover, and there's so much more than just us. Like I remember when I was telling you about being on a cruise ship and just looking off the deck and just
seeing nothingness but water.
Nothing but water. And then you realize how insignificant you are. Mm-hmm. The water in your bathtub can't do that.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
You know what I mean? The water in the bathtub
cruise ships are big.
And cruise ships are huge.
They're massive.
Shit. Cruise ships got maybe 3 or 4 swimming pools in that damn bitch.
Right. Look at that.
Look at that.
It has a swimming pool in the middle of the fucking ocean.
In the middle of the ocean. I was like, yo, and I think about that. I was like, yo, it's dope being a human because now you can just like you're saying, we don't know how other animals do it, if they do it, right? But even so, we know it's not on the level or perspective as us because we're here. We are building and creating things.
Facts. And we're not being hunted by the rhinos. We're hunting the rhinos.
Right.
Why the black ones, though? Why the black rhinos?
I never understood that.
Why the black ones, though? It's always like, even when it comes to the polar bears and shit and the bears, I'm like, they want to put the polar bears up in zoos and shit. You're like, see the polar bear swim. See the polar bear do this. Why? Because it's white? Huh?
Yeah.
What about the black bears? You don't see they be starving out here? That's why they be going everywhere. You see that black bear go on the table, eat the food when the mother was holding the kid?
The mother holding the kid like,
don't look. Don't breathe.
I'm like, just let him eat.
The brother just want to eat. The black bear just wants to eat.
Want to eat. He didn't trouble nobody. He just ate.
He just want to eat, man. We just trying to survive.
That's it.
All right, man. We are here at the end.
This is it. We here.
Associated Sons. I don't know why this wasn't Associated Sons for the longest. I am so ashamed of myself.
How long have you had it?
What if I told you before the podcast?
Before the podcast.
But I just never put it in, I just never wrote it. Just never put it in words.
Really?
You ready for
you had a profound saying before the podcast.
And when
we'd always be arguing. Okay, we gotta come up with a profound saying.
Wait for it. Okay. And when I say it, you're gonna be like, yeah, I can't believe it's not butter. You're gonna say it. Watch this shit. You ready?
Yeah.
So Say the Sons this week says, act and behave like the world you want to live in. So Say the Sons.
So Says the Sons.
All the time.
But I hear you say that all the time.
But I never put it in words. It was never So Say the Sons.
No, you're right. But you say it all the time.
I say it all the time. And that's what I'm saying. I just never made it into a So Say the Sons.
Yeah. So Says the Sons. Finally.
Whatever you put out there, if you want to live in a good world, put good energy out there. Don't put toxic shit out there and expect it to get. Yeah.
Doesn't work like that.
Simple.
Doesn't work like that.
Simple. So Say the Sons.
So Says the Sons.
Let's get the hell up out of here and go to our concert.
Yeah.
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Nas.
It ain't hot to tell. Yeah.
Once again, man. Thank you for listening to the podcast.
If y'all out there, look for him.
He might look a little different.
He might look a little different.
Him going out there like this might get kind of problematic.
Might get kind of problematic.
But once again, thank you for listening to the Podical Sons. Remember, the difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits. Peace and love, y'all.
The Podical Sons was not your average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.